It's so good to be back in the bank, especially coming off such a historic year last year, to come back and have the fans here supporting us for our ring ceremony and first ever banner to be dropped is so good too, and a lot to be proud of. But I really thought that the team played really good as a team, and everybody got a chance to contribute tonight.
All right, questions just for the student athletes first, please.
For either of you guys, just curious your reflections on the ring ceremony tonight and seeing that banner drop and knowing the impact that you guys had on that last year and heading into this season.
For me personally, it was a great moment. It felt like we were back in that same day, seeing the ring, it looked way different in person. It's heavy, so it's just a good feeling, and it brings back good memories.
In addition to this being obviously a momentous night with the ring ceremony, how did it feel to be playing in front of Mason fans instead of being, playing in front of away fans?
It always feels good to be at home. The energy and the atmosphere, you just can't compare it to anything.
Cool. And how would you describe, the atmosphere from fans, but also the green machine as well, providing a lot of juice, especially during those free throws?
It's great having that extra support instead of them booing you or, saying miss it, so it's a good feeling.
For either of you guys, it was about a 20-point game at halftime, and then there seemed to be concerted effort in the second half to really put the hammer down. I think it was a 33-5 round that y'all put together. Was there talk of that in the locker room, or just, hey, we got to lock in and just play the game we got to play?
We had the conversation where it is to lock in, keep our foot on the gas. We don't want to let up, and, we want to just showcase our ability.
Thank you, guys. Coach, for you, a lot of things to like in this box score. You guys, 20 points off turnovers, 26 in the paint, 26-second chance. It kind of goes on. I'm curious if there's something that particularly stands out for you tonight looking at this box score.
For us, it's the depth of our team is really what's going to be, I think, the most powerful for us this season. And to see that all the girls, they just didn't get a chance to play. They went in and they were able to contribute. I think the rebounding was a key that we focused on this week with 2 games. We got out rebounded, so we know we wanted to make that a focal point. So to come and do what we did tonight was exceptional. But I think the biggest thing is that no matter who you play, we respect everyone, we fear no one, and to have 6 turnovers was really good for this program.
And on the rebounding, you guys offensively rebounded tremendously well in this game. I think the ratio was 21-7. What do you think is the value of those second chance points and getting those opportunities to put the ball back in?
Yeah, I think it's going to prove to be very valuable for us for the whole season. We play against some big teams coming up in Georgetown, coming in and going to Maryland. So it's going to be bode well for us to make sure that we have that intentionality right now.
Sure. I want to ask you in particular about Sarah's effort, especially in the second half. She only played 15 minutes tonight, but 13 rebounds. What do you think of her performance tonight?
We're all so proud of her. I mean, this is what we key on every day in practice. Use your height, be confident to go out there and rebound and clear out some space for us. Like, that's going to be a big role for her for the program this year. And so for her to have that confidence to just keep going at it. She's come a really long way, and she has just so much more potential that we're going to keep trying to pull out of her.
I noticed that Paige, she started off pretty hot. She, I think for a long time, didn't miss a single shot. And in general, the team as a whole was pretty hot from 3. What do you have to say about her performance, but also, other key contributors like Michaela and, obviously Kennedy had some great 3s as well.
Yeah, it's good to see Paige's work pay off. She is relentlessly working. In practice, after practice, early in the morning, late at night. So to see her be able to connect like that tonight, I think it really bodes well for her confidence. I think she shot 71%, which is amazing. Michaela, I told her I'm going to move her to the 4 if she keeps rebounding like that. But I'm just so proud of all of them. I just think that being home gives you a comfortability, and I think that they all played that way tonight. I'm glad that they were able to get a couple of games under their belt and to come back home and just have some fire in their belly. All of them played and contributed well tonight.
And can I get one last question? This is your second straight game holding the opponent to less than 30% from 3 and also shooting 40% from 3. What is that a type of advantage like that? What does that add to your team's confidence moving forward when you can dominate on both ends like that?
Well, I think that's the game of basketball. We always say we don't play football. We're not running you out in offense and running you back, so you got to be able to play both. And for me, I'm a defensive coach, and in the years, just a couple of years previous, we've really turned into an offensive powerhouse. And so we want to be in the 80s scoring, but we also want to hold teams in the 50s. And at this level, it's really hard to do, right? So you got to have, a lot of intentionality and work on it in practice. So I'm glad that they, came and showed up. No matter who the opponent is, we got to still be who we're supposed to be every single night.